all the time. I'm like, I want to know how old that fucking coffee was that man was like, I will not sell you. I won't even sell it to you.
Honestly, that's prime customer service.
It's
right
true.
there.
I mean,
That's
not.
it right
He's
there.
not gonna throw
the
it away and
American
make new
spirit.
coffee. He's just gonna tell you not to buy it.
It's like gas station coffee. So he's like, it's not worth $1. I can't.
He's like, don't.
100%. I had a similar experience once, except I was drunk and drinking at a bar near my friend's house in the swamp. And we were looking for food, and the only place around was a 7-Eleven. And so we walked into the 7-Eleven and up to the counter. And again, I was drunk. And there was this awful thing there. It was like a cheeseburger hot dog or something like that.
Nice.
And immediately my drunk brain was like, that, I want that. Give me that. And I tried to order it, and the guy behind the counter like looked at me and then looked at it and was like, it's not done yet. And I was like, that's okay. I can wait. Because again, I was drunk. And he was like, it's going to be a while. You sure you don't want something else? Clearly trying to save me from my own decisions. And I was like, fine.
Okay.
He was like,
So I got
please
a
don't make
regular
me
hot
serviced.
Yeah,
He saved you from death that day.
He did.
probably
Get
did,
out.
honestly.
He was like, please don't. I don't want that on my consciousness.
Truly.
He's like side-eyeing the defibrillator, like like it's broken. Can't save you.
And then he looks over
Hi.
the fire extinguisher, and you're like, what's about to happen here?
Right. Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Live from the Apocalypse. That's who we are. We are Live from the Apocalypse. If you've not caught us streaming before, what we do is we stream tabletop role-playing games and sometimes other things, but mostly TTRPGs, to raise money for nonprofits and aid organizations and progressive causes that we care a lot about, mostly just people doing cool stuff out in the world. And this stream is the first stream that is going to be benefiting the First Nations Development Institute, our new charity beneficiary. We closed out our fundraising campaign for the International Rescue Committee with our Hasmus fundraiser, our 12 games of Hasmus, which you may have seen. We streamed 12 games in 12 days, not including Christmas Eve and Christmas, but otherwise straight through. And oh, hell yeah, that rules. That is awesome. Yes. So we finished raising money for them, and we voted, and we referred back to our last round of voting, and then First Nations Development Institute was the next one on the list. So we are fundraising for them. The way we do things around here, if you are not familiar, is if you like what you see, we just ask that instead of trying to give us money and having Jeffrey Bezos take more than half of it before it even gets to us, you instead
Little
take...
baby man.
He is. Yeah, he's a little baby man. You can take the $5, the $6, whatever you're able to spare. There is no expectation, of course, and you can donate that directly to the International Rescue Committee instead of to us. We won't do anything good with it. We just play games on the internet, but the First Nations Development Institute absolutely will. So you can hit ! donate in the chat. Feel free to toss some dollars to the Tiltify campaign, and if you do that, the McElroy brothers will scream and interrupt whatever it is we are doing. Of course, we literally cannot stop you from subscribing. It is a feature of Twitch that we cannot turn off. And whenever Twitch pays us out, it goes to keeping the lights on here at Live from the Apocalypse. But if you do that, Brendan Lee Mulligan will kill a dog. He will kill one dog for every month that you are subscribed to the channel. Raph, stop. We're not excited about it. It's awful.
We hate
He's
this.
a monster.
He's a hero.
All of
You
us
are
here
a
have
sick
killed a lot of
son of a-
dogs by subscribing.
Kill that
so-
dog.
Well,
You're a criminal.
He's the bad guy. You.
That's
All
what?
the bad
Wait,
guys.
no, that's not 12. That's 12 this month. Right?
no.
Stacks.
One
Well,
extra
yes.
every month.
It
So-
compounds. So yeah.
Sorry.
Yep. Well, I hope you can sleep
That's
tonight.
78 dogs. Just letting you know.
Quick maths over there.
Big brain.
12 is 78.
Can't wait to watch the video and just see Roth like
Yeah.
10 plus
Just using
11,
fingers and toes.
9 plus 10.
Okay, well that's a relief. But I mean, we support our furry allies on this channel as well. So fursuits, Brendan Lee Mulligan at the end of the day, either way, a monster, and he must be stopped. I think we can all agree on that point. But all of that being said, all of our silliness aside, that's who we are. That's what we do. That's how you can contribute if you are so inclined. If you do donate, you will give the players advantage in the pool, which reminds me, starting over from zero.
No.
Yeah, because that was a side
Get outta
story.
here.
Yeah.
So we're just
Rude.
gonna
So rude.
clear that down to zero.
So
there we
mean.
go. You're not gonna need it. You're not gonna need it. Um, and yeah, we'll put an advantage in the pool that they can draw from. You as the audience can also use your channel points to give them guidance if you would like to. I have 1 grain of rice stuck in my throat right now.
Nice.
What you deserve.
Honestly, yeah. I was fully goblin mode shoveling food into my face before we went live. So this is my own fault.
This is how you die.
Yeah, probably.
Please don't.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, that's all of the things and the stuff, probably. We're live from the apocalypse. We're a very professional operation here, and this is Class Reunion. Class Reunion is a game. Actually, I was doing the math. I was looking back. We have been playing this game for 1 year next week.
Oh,
Mhm.
What? Seriously?
Yeah.
No way.
Session
That's-
0 was on January 12th, I believe.
oh,
That's
shit.
why I just killed 12 dogs.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. Wow. That is so true. I thought you were joking, and then I was like, no, actually, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so we've been doing this for a year. A lot of stuff has happened. This is a game about 5 high school students from Ohio who were transported into a magical world, separated from each other, spent 10 years separated, and grew into completely different people, and then were reunited along with their 5th classmate, Ryan Beckinsale.
Mm.
I think we would all agree, like, handsomest and best
Worst.
of everybody. And
Cool.
he's out there somewhere, a little bit more undead than originally, but he's out there.
About to be more dead, you know what I mean?
Fair. Yeah, a lot has happened. The VODs are on YouTube. They liberated the mortal workers of a industrial necropolis. It was very cool. It was very good. You should go back and watch it. But you have all been, for the last month, you've all just been kind of kicking it in the capital city of Calderon.
Yay.
Yeah, which is this big, shiny city built up near the seashore. One of the original settlements of man, but that is not where we're going to begin our story. As a matter of fact, let me.
Can I say that I'm surprised?
Appropriate.
It shocks me every time.
It
I'm
does.
ready to dive in, and then
Yeah.
he's like, "We'll pull away 12 miles exactly." I'm like, "What?"
It's rarely that exact. Okay, that's pretty good. Our story is not going to begin there. Our story is going to begin away from Calderon. But not only is it a great distance, it's a long time ago. We soar over plains and grass and hills into the Midlands of Anoon, where there is a great army standing, a collection of people unlike anything this world has ever seen before or since. Thousands upon thousands standing in ranked formations at the gates of the tiered city of Ilsis, home to the Fey overlords of Anun, known as the Danan. And as we soar over that battle that is about to take place, there is a voice that echoes across the host, clearly, magically amplified. And it calls out a rallying cry. And this voice says, We did not come here. We were not born here. We landed here by chance. We left the Nightlands behind us. We knew not what to expect. Some have argued that what we found is worse, that we never should have left, that we should have turned back a long time ago. But I say, this is our home. For generations, this has been our home, and through sheer tenacity, against all odds, we remain. Now, we have suffered. All of us, we have lost loved ones, neighbors, friends, to the whims of these inhuman creatures. They play games with our lives, which mean nothing to them. Today we have the chance to end it. Today, the Danan will fear us, and we will tear their city to the ground. What say you? Are you with me? And as one, the gathered host takes up the cry, they all cheer. A roar splits the air as a host of dragons soar overhead, led in formation by a giant gold worm. And then the gates of Ilsis open. Monstrosities start to pour out, twisted, inhuman approximations of the mortal form. Experiments that have been conducted by the Danan to create these dark foot soldiers, small human-looking creatures with wings that set fire to everything that they touch. Great hulking monsters capable of ripping a person in two or swallowing them whole, and stranger things still. And as these two tides collide with each other, the battlefield rings with steel and screams and cries of valorous glory. But we leave that scene behind us. We head farther north into the great range of mountains known as the Fangs. We move through the Fangs, through chasms and valleys, to the peak of the tallest mountain, Anyaren, where a man stands alone. He is clad only in black robes. He has a black staff in his hand. His face he has a beard, but it is closely shaven, and he looks far younger than his eyes do. His eyes are already the eyes of an old man. He stands there patiently. There is a whoosh, a noise of air. He takes the staff into two hands, and he says, "No. I was wondering how long it would take you to figure it out. I will make this simple. You are creatures of infinite magic. You tapped a source that is inexhaustible. With it, you can accomplish anything. You can do anything. You can bend reality to your whim. Only I have interposed myself between you and the world cauldron. And now its power flows through me." And he lights up with a shining golden light that suffuses his entire being. He says, "True enough, I cannot maintain this for long. It will rip me apart. But imagine what I can do in that time. So I'm here to offer you a deal. You leave this world behind. I will take you to another. One that is just beginning. And there, you may do what you will, with only one adversary to contend with. Me. Or you can stay here, and I will drain you of every scrap of magic and let the great gold worm devour you whole." He nods a second later and says, "I thought as much." And he waves the hand that is holding the staff. The air shimmers. A gateway opens. He gestures to it and he says, "Off to you." He steps through a few minutes later with one last look back at Anoon, back at his home. And with that, Mirden Wilt, Anoon's greatest hero, steps through and seals the gate behind him. It is a great many years later, and we see him again. A month has gone by since you arrived in Calderon after liberating Barrow, and you were introduced to Mirden Wilt. In fact, he introduced himself to you. That wasn't the first time you'd met. You'd met briefly at a keg party back in Ohio, where he had tried to kill you. And in that moment, he had explained to you that your destiny was not to stop the Danan. Your destiny was not to kill the Danan. In fact, your destiny, such as it was, had already been fulfilled. You brought them back. As their descendants, when you entered Anoon, you freed the way for them to return. But he also asked you, he said, "Now, that is what happened. Are you willing to help me stop them?" And that was a month ago. So I think we have a little bit of catching up to do.
Just a little.
And I think we are going to start with Hunter. It is a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day in Calderon. The sun is shining. It is warm, but not hot. The perfect day for a little riding. And you have been given full access to the stables of Calderon Keep.
And that
So-
that is where Hunter has been spending a fair amount of their time.
You make your way out the front gates and over to the stable. And inside you already hear the noise of clanking, of metal hitting metal, of whirring and like valves releasing and steam hissing, which you've probably become very accustomed to. What would you like to do?
I think Hunter would go through their usual kind of routine when they arrive, which is greeting each and every one of the horses, giving them their daily carrot, seeing how they're doing, making sure everyone's looking okay. And then they would check in on other Hunter to
And
see
you,
how they are doing.
You gave them all names, right?
Of course,
Okay,
every single one of them.
Do you
Yep.
want to go through those real quick?
That could be a lot. Do you want me to go through a name of 20 horses? Because I totally can.
No, you're good. I trust you. You say hi to all of the horses. You give them a treat, a snack, if you will. And at the end of the stalls, there's a section that has been cleared out, been replaced with a couple of workbenches that are covered in hastily scribbled pieces of parchment and tools, and a fair amount of grease and oil, probably. And there's somebody standing there with their back to you. As you make your presence known as one of the horses' knickers, you see them turn around and you recognize yourself.
And it may have been some time, but it is no less disconcerting.
They have not cut their hair. If anything, it has gotten just a bit longer, certainly cleaner. They have managed to put some weight back on since you saved them from the Demi-Lich's tower in Barrow. But the haunted look in their eyes still remains. They cross one hand across their chest, kind of, grabbing their elbow. They greet you. They say, good morning.
Morning. How'd you sleep last night?
Fine. Very fine. And you don't need to make an insight check to know that that's not true. But I had an idea, and I wanted to get to work on it before it left me.
I can understand that. How long have you been down here at the stables?
I think I've lost track of time. Not too long.
Have you eaten anything yet today?
No, not yet. Perhaps I will seek out food.
They toss over an apple.
They will catch it. And they don't bite it. They just kind of hold it in their hand. Do you think Max will be visiting you today.
I think he might. I don't know. We didn't really discuss it. Should we have discussed it?
No, of course not. I will probably just make myself scarce, if that's the case.
Are you sure? Are you? He didn't threaten you, right?
Well, yes, but I didn't take that personally. But
Well, you shouldn't.
he doesn't like me. Well, I make him uncomfortable, which I can understand. It's not a comfortable situation for any of us.
And that's not your fault. I mean, you didn't ask for this. Neither of us asked for whatever this is.
No, but it doesn't make it less true.
That's fair.
Uh, that being said, it's nice out. Maybe we could go for a ride first.
Yeah, I'd like that.
And other hunter will walk over to one of the stalls and open it, step into it. You hear the sound, more whirring noises, more steam hissing. And trotting out of the stall will come a mechanical horse. About the slightly larger than your average horse, but seems fully functional, strangely lifelike, even.
And as Hunter always does when they're going out riding with other Hunter, they will summon Callisto rather than using one of the horses in the stables, because it just seems right to them that they're both on mounts that show how much has changed since they left Ohio.
Cool. Other hunter would lead the way out onto the open plains. You would gallop through the street at a good clip. They would take the lead, and you'd startle some people for sure. But a lot of the folks who work on the keep grounds have probably become fairly used to seeing this. Once you get out into the main streets, you definitely get a lot of looks and a lot of gasps. There's definitely a group of like children who chase after you, yelling and like, just speculating about the your different mounts respectively. Kind of just generally talking about how cool they are, but they can't keep up with you for long. You hit the gate. You hit one of the gates of Calderon, and guards see you coming. One of the guards who's standing on guard sees you coming, and then like sort of starts to panic a little bit and calls up to the rest of the guards and is like, open the gate. Here they come. Here they come. Open the gate. And sure enough, it starts to creak open, painfully slowly. Other hunter speeds up, if anything, definitely doesn't slow down at all. And the soldier who's standing guard kind of like braces himself, covers his head, turns to the side, is waiting for the collision to happen, and the gate opens just enough for other hunter's horse to slip through, with enough room for you and Callisto to follow.
We love to see it.
You are beyond the city walls, galloping through the plains. Cool.
Yeah. And I feel like for Hunter, they definitely like to challenge other Hunter to races. and things
Yeah.
like that, the same way they would have challenged the others at the stables back home when they were out.
Other hunter would call over to you as you get up beyond the gate. Then he'll say, "I've improved the gallop."
Okay, but that's not fair. There's only so much that I can do with Callisto.
Yours is magic.
That's true. I wonder what would happen if some vines got stuck in your gears.
You'll have to catch me first, and out of the mechanical horses, the morse, if you will, the morse's hindquarters, these two objects sort of like unfold. You would recognize them as elemether engines that run off of the tethered elemental energy, the main power source of Barrow, the city where Other Hunter was imprisoned. And it starts to glow with this reddish energy as the Morse gets a huge boost of speed and just takes off.
And Hunter does their absolute best to follow, but definitely cannot keep up to magic in that way. Callisto can do a lot made of thorns, but having a Mad Max Fury Road energy boost, not so much in the cards.
That is true. Yeah, that is true, unfortunately.
Which is fine. It's for the love of riding.
Exactly.
Not about who wins.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The race is a good one. The engines clearly can't sustain that level of output for very long. They start to shut down pretty quickly, and they kind of fold back in. But the race is over. You end up like sitting together on one of the hillsides. You have a view of Calderon from where you are as it spreads out up against the ocean, which is shining in the sunlight. You can see the towering buildings similarly shining. And you can even kind of get a glimpse of Cheapside down by the seashore in its far less impressive glory. And you sit, as you sit there, Other Hunter is quiet for a while before they eventually say, I don't think I can stay here.
What do you mean?
Well, it's confusing. Sometimes people try to talk to you. I think they're trying to talk to me.
I mean, yes, it's strange and uncomfortable and not easy, but we still don't know what happened.
But we're not going to. Not like this, anyway. I mean, it's been a month. We're not any closer to figuring out why we both exist. Why our memories are identical up until the moment we got to this world. If anything, we have more questions than answers.
But it's only been a month.
It's been a month of not being trusted, of being suspected, of being some kind of doppelganger or spy.
Which isn't fair to you, because if anyone shouldn't be trusted, it's me. I'm the one Ryan said wasn't real.
You were fighting him at the time. For all we know, he said that just to throw you off.
I don't think he did. I don't know what it means, but I don't think he just said it to throw me off.
My point still stands, Hunter. This isn't my life. This is your life. These are your friends now. They don't remember me. I mean, they know me, but you're their Hunter.
And Hunter takes that in and is quiet for a moment before they just ask, "Where are you thinking you'll go?"
I don't know. Not Barrow.
I would hope not. I would have been very concerned about you if you had said Barrow.
There has to be some place where I can do something. Something good. I've been talking with Mirden. There's a city, town, I guess, in the far north called Wiltford that was founded by his family. It's where the Arcademium is, the magic school, I guess. I've spent 10 years figuring out how to combine magic and technology. If there's anywhere that we'll be able to put it to good use, I feel like it's there.
So first of all, I wouldn't trust him if I were you. But also, if the rest of that seems legitimate and that's what you want to do, I support you in that.
I think it's worth a shot. But I can't stay here and be your shadow. This dark reflection of you.
That's not how I see you. But I can understand how it would feel that way. And I don't want that for you either.
Nothing, I'm not going yet. There's still time.
That's a
I'm not
relief,
just gonna
because
disappear.
this was sounding a bit like a goodbye.
More of a heads up. We should go back. It's getting late.
when it does come time for you to leave, I would like it if we could maybe figure out a way for us to be able to stay in contact. I would like to know how you're doing. And of course, if either of us happens to figure anything out, it would be good for us to be able to let the other know.
Of course. I'm starving. That apple was not enough. So,
From here on out, I am going to make sure you eat before we go out on a ride. You know we're always out for hours.
it's just, it's easy to get caught up in everything, in the work. I'll find food when we get back.
That's all I can ask for.
Well, stop wasting time. They will stand up and dust themselves off and get back on the Morse.
The Morse.
The Morse.
The Morse. And
You
Hunter will
gallop
follow.
back to the city.
Yeah.
Hunter, roll me a perception check.
God.
Oh.
Sure. I would love to. That is going to be... What is my perception? I know it's good. That is going to be a 20... No, yes, 27.
It is a blue sky, sunny day. Barely a cloud in the sky. But as you were riding back, you could have sworn for a split second you saw a bolt of lightning arc down from the sky and into the city. You're too far away to figure out where, but yeah.
Cool. Cool. All right. Making a mental note of that.
Okay. Back in Calderon. In fact, back in Calderon Keep. In the building itself. The keep itself. We see a door, a heavy wooden door that has been carved and burned with runic imagery. It is nearly the entire surface of it is covered in these symbols. Beyond, the room is fairly sparse. There are cushions lying on the floor. There are some burn marks, scorch marks, things like that along the walls. And more of those same symbols on those walls as well. That same runic imagery. And circling each other in the middle is a tall man in dark robes with a close cropped beard, long dark hair that is sort of graying at the temples, holding a dark staff in his hands as well. And across from him is the hulking form of Max Miller. Max, are you using gallows? Do you have gallows out?
Gallows is out. Yeah.
So you have your giant magical axe made from a guillotine?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'm swinging that bad boy around.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like a warning. And he, you're both sort of circling each other. And he, Mirrodin, says to you as you do so, what is most important for you to remember is that this is not your power. This is her power. But she has given you leave to wield it as you will. And that is her mistake. Because she can't control you. Not really, not from afar. She can watch you. But not in here. So when you focus it like you would a swing of that monster. He nods at the axe. Focus on your target, the smallest possible target you can, exactly where you want it to fall. And then just let it go.
All right. I'll see what I can do. And Max is going to swing the guillotine around. Almost he's not actually like using it. He's almost using it as like a pointer to practice finding like aim. And he's going to point it at the ground and then look at Mirrodin and smile and try try very hard to cast Arms of Hadar on the ground.
Okay. All right. What does that do?
I invoke the power of Hadar, the dark hunger. Tendrils of dark energy erupt from you and batter all creatures within 10 feet of me. They have to make a strength saving throw and take necrotic damage if he fails.
Okay.
We
Cool.
love to see it.
We do love to see it. So the arms appear, and he manages to deflect a few of them with that staff that he's wielding in his hands. There is like a spark of light every time one hits the staff, and it vanishes in the aftermath, but it seems like there are maybe too many, because one of them, it's not a very strong hit, but one of them does basically end up shoving him. And he stumbles.
I think Max would probably run up to him with the axe and say, you're not watching very carefully either. And then just like continue the fight.
Right. Yeah. You swing at him as he stumbles, and your axe actually like hits the edge of his ropes. You have a moment of panic where you're like, oh fuck, I wasn't trying to kill him. But it like passes right through them, and the fabric dissolves into smoke. You are like,
What the fuck?
as the smoke clears, you are back across the room on the other side. And he is standing across from you with the staff sort of loosely like balanced against one shoulder. He's leaning on it. He looks very unconcerned. That was good. That was good. Yeah, you channeled it well. You're improving.
I didn't hit you.
No, but you were never going to.
I will, though. Whether in this room or out, you're still a pervert.
Right. You do remember we're on the same side now.
Yeah. No, for sure. It doesn't mean I can't, friendly wrestle, friendly tussle
Right.
for practice. I'm never going to learn if I don't get to hit you at least once. And I don't want you to let me. Let's try again. One more time.
I think that's enough for one day, actually. We don't want to press our luck. He's a holding for now, and he gestures around the room, but it's hard to say how long.
Fine. After
The more
breakfast?
of it you use, the more it calls to her.
I know we talked about trying to limit it unless it's necessary or we're practicing. I just don't understand how I'm supposed to trust in myself or in my abilities to help the rest if I am constantly watching my back every time I try to use this power.
Well, it is too late for that. Not to put too fine a point on it, but you made a deal with a fey goddess. Let's call it what she is. And you got power in exchange for it. And she is holding the other end of those reins.
It's like you said, she can't control me.
Not yet. No, she can't.
I'm not going to let her.
I mean, that all depends how much of yourself you give away.
Like in parts?
You know, in a way, yes.
Mm.
Let me think of how I can put this in terms you might understand. So you are like a truck. You are like a
What kind of truck?
Ford truck.
Okay.
And if you start taking parts away from it to put into another car, right, it will still run, depending on what you take out. But eventually you will run out of things that you can take out of it that aren't vital to its operation. And at that point, it's just an empty shell.
So you're saying she's going to like take my liver or something?
I'm saying that she will give you as much power as you want. And eventually you will run out of bits of your soul, if you will, to give to her.
And how long will that take?
Hard to say. Depends on how much power you want.
How long did it take you?
What do you mean?
You've got clearly a lot more power than I do.
Yes. But I am from a long, long line of magically gifted individuals.
What, you just read about it in books or something?
Yes, I went to school, in fact.
Oh my god.
Whereas you are a very unpleasant boy from Ohio
Okay. I'm
with
not a boy and I'm barely from Ohio anymore. And you're a pervert, so
there's there's a statue of you, of all of you,
in Ohio?
at your school. They built it as a memorial.
Why?
Well, they assumed you were dead.
I am dead.
What does that mean? You're clearly not dead. So
Not here.
tell me what that means. Back
I
home.
don't exist over there.
True enough.
Unless there's another me, like there's another Hunter.
I can categorically say there is not another you. Spent a very long time in that city. Never met anyone quite like you.
Never will. Does it look good?
Not particularly.
Well,
They didn't exactly shell out the big bucks for it.
that's fair. They couldn't
it's
even give us a
labeled.
good lunch, so it's
It's
labeled.
labeled, if that makes you feel better. Yeah, your names
It
are on it. There's a
doesn't.
plaque.
Ah,
Yep. As I recall, it was Brian Beckinsale,
don't
Kelly
say that name.
Violet, Hunter, Eugene Hovacek, Max Mill. They ran out of room.
That's fine. I don't need to be remembered over there. I just need to make a name for myself here.
Well, you help me kill the Danan, you'll certainly accomplish that.
Oh, I'll do much more than that.
That's the end. That's the end of your sentence. Okay.
What?
I see. No, it felt like you were going to say something, like you were going to say what it was that you were going to do.
Oh, I'm going to hit you, and I swing the the gallows at him.
Yeah, absolutely. Same thing happens. Smoke, and then you're like standing back across the room. Your like positions have reset again. You almost had me that time.
Almost.
Yeah, that's
Next
not
time.
true. Why don't you go? See, it felt like I was going to say something else, didn't it? But,
It did.
But I didn't. I just ended it right there.
Well, I'll be back tomorrow, later today. When should I return?
I think tomorrow I have some matters to discuss with your friend.
Hunter?
Kelly.
Oh. You want me to send her up? Teacher?
No, I'll find her.
I'm sure you will. Fucking pervert. Now walk out.
Okay. Max, where are you going?
What time is it?
I'll say it's about like like noon at this point, probably.
Mm,
You had an early start to the day.
I'm gonna say I probably haven't eaten because I look forward to these lessons. Yeah, boy. So I'm probably gonna go eat something before I do some physical training. Now that I've done my mental training.
Okay, cool.
Can I say in your ear, you hear this is MVP to Baby Bird. MVP to Baby Bird. Over and out. MVP.
I did not agree to that name. MVP. I'm not Baby Bird.
This is MVP, and you did respond to it, so that must mean that you think it's your name. Got him. I was thinking, you and I maybe could have some lunch in the quad today. You know, haven't sat down and hung out for a while.
I shrug. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Do you want to fight after?
Totally gonna fight after. Over and out.
All right. See you at the quad.
So, as Max travels the most, obvious route from where he is to the quad, you see sitting on the ground, hood up, trying not to take up too much space, a red mat, red little towel in front of him, with 3 cards on it. Hood's up, thick black beard poking out, hair, long black hair kind of coming out from under the hood. Hey there, stranger.
What the fuck?
Do you want to maybe play a game with me? Test your luck?
I
Did
pull
drop-
out the I'm like, who are you? How did you get in here?
Why did you play? If I'm in here, I must be allowed to be here, right? Why
I
don't
don't
you
know
play
about
a
that.
game with me? And I drop 5 golds down next to the cards. Why don't you test your luck unless you're scared?
All right, I'm not scared. What's up? Who
Flips
playing?
over all 3 of the cards. 2 of them are 2s, and then one of them is the queen.
Win?
Well, we gotta play the game first.
Oh.
One of these cards is the right card. It's the queen. I'm gonna flip these over and then shuffle them around. You're gonna have to figure out which one it is, using that big brain of yours. Hopefully, it's as big as your biceps.
Oh,
Flips
it's
the card
bigger.
over. Sleight of hands the cards around. Well, which one could it be?
Clearly the middle card.
It's the middle card. Flips it over. It is the middle card. Well, shit.
I
Seem to have won my game.
grabbed the 5 gold. Say
And then
brain bigger than biceps, like you said.
you open the peg, and it's gold, but they're like little chocolate gold coins. And pulls back. I bet I fooled you, didn't I? Pulls back the hood, takes out a fake tooth, pulls off a black wig, and then kind of takes the red towel and wipes off the black out of his beard. Bet you didn't expect this. And it's Wayne Hovacek in
Wayne?
disguise.
Jesus, man. I thought you were an old man. I thought you
I
were
was an
like
old man, I know.
I thought we were playing a game. I don't know. I was gonna
pretty
cut
good
your
stuff.
head off, dude.
It's pretty good stuff, I know. I've been you guys kind of all been doing your own thing. Hunter's kind of got his hunter thing going on, and you got your kind of moody act stuff going on, and Kelly's kind of just moody and does her own thing anyway. So I wanted to try and better myself in another way. So I've been trying out the spy arts. We're supposed to be spies, right?
Are we?
Yeah, definitely. Well,
Kind
I mean, a lot of the time we just kind of attack and kill stuff. So I thought maybe, we could take it from a different route.
It looks cool.
Puts in the fake tooth,
No.
Couldn't even tell, could you? Like a
Don't like
completely
that.
different guy.
I don't like that.
Like
I
a
don't
totally
like that at
different
all.
guy. You can't even recognize me.
I pull out gallows. I'm like, who are you?
All right, let's go get lunch. Let's go get lunch.
Corey,
and
is your camera off for dramatic effect?
I don't know why it's off. I tried to fix it and it didn't, and then here we were.
What's
Okay,
up
that's
with you,
fine. I
front of
just thought,
hell?
I
This is
thought you were
10
doing it
times
because you were,
funnier
went
without being
out.
able to see you.
I thought you were doing it because you were in disguise.
This has just been hilarious.
I saw it go out and I was like, I'm not going to do anything about that. That's honestly perfect.
Yeah, that's fair.
I refuse to fix it.
Later that day, the audience sees
Hey.
Wayne
There it is.
goes back, opens up his closet, and there's just like a blonde wig. There's like a black wig. There's a fake mustache that he puts over his beard, and there's a tuxedo. This is one day, old friend. Well, not exactly old friend. Soon to be old friend. Close to the closet.
Perfect. Okay. You two are getting lunch together. Are you just gonna like go to marketplace and like find something there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Probably. Where's the meat man?
I was
Is there
gonna
a
say,
meat
you
seller?
feeling like
he's
meat
there.
again? I'm kind of feeling like meat.
We're regulars there. He knows
Oh, yeah.
us.
He's there.
I try to pay him with the 5 gold chocolates that I got from Wayne.
I have like a feel like I gave him a name.
Do you want me to look?
I can check my notes, but I don't know. I may have just put meat man.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was like session 1.
It was like session 1.
Is it Moldus Calderspur? Because that's what I
No,
have in my notes.
that's the head of the Council of Calderon.
You're right.
But close. All right, I got nothing. All good though. We can give him a name.
My buddy the meat man.
Yeah. We'll give him a name. So you are no stranger to fuck. You are no stranger to Hamuel's meat stand.
Nice.
Lord above.
Incredible. Meat shack.
Yeah, your old buddy Hamuel greets Wayne specifically. And he's
Doesn't
very
greet me?
excited to see you as always. I mean, you're not a celebrity. You're not a local sports
Fair
legend.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But Hamuel, as you draw closer, Hamuel will say, Wayne Novacek, as I live and breathe here at my meat shack once again.
Hey there, Hamuel. I mean, how could I not? It's the best meat around.
We're here every week. Ham.
You want the usual, the meat?
Make it a triple this week.
All right, 2 triple meats coming right up.
Damn.
Can I say that on my jersey, there's like Emmanuel's meat stand, like ad stitched into the shoulder.
Yeah, Hamuel's Meat Shack, absolutely.
Emmanuel's meat shack
Is a sponsor, yes.
sponsor.
HMS.
And as he is gathering your meats, he will sort of make idle conversation with you and I'll say, are you meeting your friend here? They just stopped by.
Who?
He looks over his shoulder and says, right over there. And he points and you look over and you see clearly trying to disappear into the wall that they are leaning against other hunter, who when you both look over just kind of gives you a small wave.
I don't know who that is.
Make that 3 triple meats.
They already ordered a triple meats. Do you want 4 triple meats?
4 triple meats.
4 triple meats. All right, coming right up.
Well,
coming right up.
how about 2 triple meats and an apple juice?
All right. Juice and an apple's going to take me a minute, but I'll get right on it for you, Wayne. Anything for you.
Thanks, Samuel.
And he makes your triple meats, and he sets them out on the little bowls in front of you, and then he like grabs a couple apples that he has behind the counter and just starts like squeezing them as hard as he can over
what
like
is
a
a
mug.
triple meat?
Wait, what?
What is a triple meat?
It's
don't wanna
like a
know.
meat, but there's 3 of it.
What does it look like?
You ever seen a triple cheeseburger?
You're committing a crime. Stop.
like
Does
that.
it come in a bowl?
It's a big stack of meat that is 3 times as big as a normal stack of meat.
Like a kebab?
Fair enough.
Yeah, except it's not, it
It's in a
hasn't
bowl.
been like stabbed by anything. Yeah.
It's just in a bowl. Oh, gotcha.
It's a stack of loose meat.
You never seen like pancakes before?
It's
like
like
that.
that, but
Meat cakes.
For meat.
it's 3 times as big as a normal stack.
Okay. Okay. All right. Oh.
Cool. All right. Well, now that that's settled.
Pancakes. Damn, that's good.
Yeah, he gives you your triple meats and a very small glass of apple juice, and he looks exhausted. Says that's afraid that's about the best we could do.
Thanks, Samuel. And I drop him like way too much gold.
You're so kind as always, Wayne. Looking forward to the new season.
Yeah, we're getting the next season going. Really just big about teaching the tykes now, getting the rec leagues going, getting the next crop.
Sounds great. Sounds really cool. I have an urge to sponsor one of those teams. I feel like there's really something there.
Well, as I'm running the league, I feel bad about, pitching one over the other, but we do have a front runner that could use look, I'm willing to sell some real estate on those jerseys. All right. Not as much money should be going into the rec league as should be going. It's not getting the interest that I need right now.
I see. Yeah, well, you count on Hamuel. Good old Hamuel.
Good old Hamuel. Thanks, Samuel.
Yeah, you'll give your friend their meat?
It's 3 meats, so is it
I don't know what's confusing about this. It is 3 stacks of loose meat.
It's 3 stacks of meat. There we go. 3 stacks of loose meat.
Yes.
Well, do we head on over to Hunter?
I don't.
You certainly can.
I'm going to head on over to Hunter.
Can
you hold this for me? And I walk over with just my meat bowl and a glass of apple juice. And I go on over and I'm like, hey, hi, how are you now? Doing all right?
Yeah, hi, Wayne. Yes, I'm fine.
Good, yeah. Hey, I thought you might enjoy this. And I just hand over the cup of apple juice, knowing the only thing I really know about Hunter is that he seems to eat apples quite a bit. Since the only thing I really see him eating are apples, or them eating is apples.
That's really thoughtful, Wayne. Thank you. They will like look over at Max, just kind of standing back, not coming over and say, I'm gonna take it to go, I think.
Sounds good there. Cheers. And then Wayne just kind of dinks his meat onto the apple juice. Anyway.
Yeah.
Bye.
Enjoy your lunch.
I should have got a mead while I was at it. Damn.
It's the
Dinks
special.
his meatball.
It's the special. The triple meat and the triple mead.
Head back over to Max Miller. So what's the deal there, Max? Can't even be cordial? Can't even be polite?
I was polite. I didn't say anything mean.
You really got me there. Just
I hand over I start to hand over the second thing of meat and then just let's go back.
Head on back.
All right. You are going to make your way on back to Calderon Keep, where you have been staying. And I think as you trundle off down the alley, down Merchant's Alley, leaving Hamuel's Meat Shack behind, we are gonna cut up a few streets to where Kelly is just finishing up a lunch meeting of her own, probably.
Yeah, probably.
You've been spending a lot of time with your crew. Anyone in particular?
Well, when I'm in Calderon, because we're all over the place, and if I'm in Kalefell, I'm obviously with Dion
Yeah,
and
for sure.
everything. But if I am here, I'm probably with Carmen, even though we are just frenemies at the absolute finest, like that thinnest line of it's like I could just beat the shit out of you at any given moment.
The feeling is mutual.
Completely mutual. But that's who I work with the most when I'm here in Calderon specifically. So I've probably been checking in with him and giving an update on what's been going on when I was out for the other part of the month, because I have left. Right. I have 100% dipped.
So that is fine. Mirden would have expressed to you, all of you, that it's very important that you not leave Calderon, because then you'd be making yourselves vulnerable beyond the city walls.
I did it anyway.
Okay, that's fine.
I had to go see Robin because I promised Robin I would go see her.
That's
and fair. You know, I had to go make sure Lindsay got out of went back home, that he knew he had a home to go back to.
Yep.
I feel responsible for that dumbass.
Understandable.
And then, the crew, the splinter cell that I worked with specifically with the crew had been for smuggling things into Barrow, but now that Barrow's doors are open, we gotta find something else that we're doing.
It's true, you just lost all that business.
Yeah. Gotta figure out what we have to find another group to do Highwayman / Robin Hood activities for.
Right. You and Carmen are seated at a table, which is really just like a barrel with 2 crates on either side of it, sort of in the shadow of one of the less reputable establishments in Calderon, which is known as the Hooded Robin. And Carmen is seated across from you. Did you ever establish what Carmen looks like?
He's kind of like, the way I described him mentally in my head was like the family mercenary cousin who were all just like waiting to go back to jail.
Right.
So he's like definitely kind of like a meathead, kind of.
Right, yeah, for sure. By which you mean he is a huge fan of Hamuels.
Yes.
Because they're called meatheads.
He probably, honestly, out of everyone in the crew, he is probably the person the most upset with Kelly when she gets back that she didn't introduce him to the rest of the mammoths, because he probably did follow Gritsky.
100%, yeah. Absolutely.
He's definitely a Gritsky fan. Like he definitely was like, what the fuck? You were in that game. And she was like,
So he's like, I'm picturing like a big guy, probably like mostly shaved head, some scars, if I had to imagine, some facial scarring. And he like looks over the rim of his cup, takes another sip and says, what's wrong? Barely touched your meat. Gesturing to the meat that he kindly procured for you and set in front of you.
Thank you, Karen. Nothing's wrong. I never eat well after I travel, and I had to get back into the city the same way I got out because I wasn't actually supposed to leave. So,
are you not going to eat it then?
Yeah, no, I'm not. You should definitely eat it. don't want to waste it. It'd be insulting.
Okay, well, if you insist, and he will reach
Yeah.
across and pull the plate over, and he will take your meat stack and combine it with his 3 meat stacks to make the legendary 4 meat stack. And just start eating it with his hands.
Ugh. Can't believe I missed this.
Someone should really teach these people about sandwiches. It's just nobody. It's never occurred to anybody to put this on bread.
She's just like, ugh, God. So, what's been going on in here since I've been out?
I mean, everybody's real excited about the new season starting up whenever that happens. There's been a lot of buzz, a lot of talk about who's going to win the cup this year. You meant crime. I'm sensing you meant crime-wise.
I did mean crime-wise. Although, if you could tell me what they ended up doing with Mance Ardane, I'd love to hear it.
That old man. Yeah, I mean, of course he got off scot-free, basically. You know, you're rich enough, they can't touch you.
Well, I mean, I guess that's why we are definitely going to keep knocking over his supply train, so.
You know, he is in town if you want to try to rub him. Well, you're probably not going to do that these days, since you're, big fancy hero and everything.
I mean, I can't go into I can't go into this house. I could go back into Kalefell and rob his house down there.
Yeah, that's true. I guess. Aren't you not supposed to leave the city?
Yeah, I'm not. Which, I totally didn't leave the city, if anyone asks, right?
No, you absolutely left the city. We left together. Oh,
Herman.
No, yeah, okay, yeah, no, you never left the city.
We never left
That's
the city.
true. That's true. We never did.
We stayed here.
Yep. I remember now.
Yep.
So, I want to say something, but not have you hit me.
Okay, I can give you that grace for like 2 minutes. Go on.
I just want it. It just feels like maybe there's not really anything to do here, and you're maybe just having a hard time transitioning out of a life of crime. Like maybe you're just hanging on a little too hard. I just sort of feel like my talents are not being used to their full extent. We do a lot of lunch meeting planning kind of things, and then we don't actually do any like jobs or things like that because you're very busy saving the world and stuff.
I can't. From what I understand, I don't think I can just. The issue here is I don't think I can just retire. Dion's about as retired as you get from the crew, and she still runs a safe house.
Yeah, but you're kind of a special case, right? Because like you live in the keep, and like you're big friends with the head of the council, and like I don't think anybody's gonna argue with you if you say you're out.
Listen, 10 years ago, nobody even really asked me if I wanted in case you forgot, I kicked your ass in an alleyway, and then your friends dragged me into a tailor shop and said you work for us now. So like I don't.
Okay, well, I don't remember the first part, but that's not important. So, right, but that's very different because back then you were just like nobody, and now you're like Kelly, the big, important, like hero person, liberator of Barrow, all that stuff.
It's just weird. Okay, I spent 10 years being like on the low end of the spectrum of people knowing who I was, and the people who knew who I was didn't even know who I was. I was a fucking ghost.
Yeah, but now everybody knows who you are, which is also another problem that I wasn't going to bring up, but I guess I am now, is everybody knows who you are. And that's very bad for a criminal.
Carmen, if you don't want to hang out anymore, you can just, like, not show up.
It's not that I don't enjoy our time together. I am.
Wait, hold on. I have to. Where's my gun?
Thanks, captions. He's probably ready. He probably already did the thing.
I know.
Don't clip me saying fucking and sucking a ghost. Don't do that.
Why would you say it again? Why would you give them more chances?
Yeah,
Because
why
I
would you do
asked
that?
not to. I asked you not to. I'm assuming you won't. In that case, no. Look, it's not that I don't enjoy our time together. It's just I'm not like a big fancy famous hero who lives in like the capital. I have to like do things. That sounds harsh. I don't mean that. I mean like I have to work to make a living. Is that? It feels like I'm being insensitive.
I can tell you're trying, and I appreciate the effort. So here, I'll make this easier for you, okay? If you need my help for a job or something, I'm still gonna help you. You guys took care of me for 10 years, you and the DeMarcos, and I cannot just dismiss that just because doing the one thing that was really important, which is liberating Barrow, means that now I am kind of disrupting this entire criminal network. I get it.
Right.
I get it. If you need help, I will help you.
Oh,
But if
okay.
you're saying that we have to stop pretending that I'm part of this now,
It's just nobody wanted to hurt your feelings. Like we didn't want you to feel excluded.
you didn't want me to feel excluded, or were you afraid I was going to stab you?
I wouldn't say afraid. Pretty sure that you were going to stab me. Yes.
I'm sure I will have a different reason to stab you in the future. You're very stabbable.
Well, that means a lot. You know, it means you're not going to forget about me.
How could I forget about you? You tried to strangle me twice.
Yeah, we've had some good times.
All right, well. Once they stop being so weird about me having to stay in this city, I do plan on going back to Stormhold, so do not break into my room and steal my stuff. I will know it was you.
Sure. So it's crazy you say that because I think someone already did. But it was not me. It was Rickard. You haven't met him. He's new.
All right, well, you tell him that as long as he puts everything back where he found it, I won't stab him.
I'll let him know. I don't care for him much, if I'm honest. So I will let him know that, and I'm sure he will. After that, we might kick him out of the gang. So if you don't see him or meet him, that's why, because we kicked him out.
Yes, okay.
So
Well, I appreciate that, Carmen.
you're going to do some really important stuff, I think, and that's great.
Don't be weird about
Okay.
it.
All right.
Don't be weird about it.
Okay. Do you want me to just take my meat and go?
You know what? No. I will finish my drink and then I will go.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sure. Yeah, that sounds great. And he'll just start eating the quad stack.
She just like Kelly just like slams back her drink and is like, Jesus Christ. And she's gonna leave. Head back through the city to the keep.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Cool. You head back to the keep, and I think they open the gates for you. The guards open the gates for you, recognizing you even from afar. You can kind of see on the other side Max and Wayne, like sitting on the grass, having a little picnic, but they would never call it a picnic. Well, Max would never call it a picnic.
Also eating meat.
And Hunter, as you like step out of the barn after like getting all of the horses sorted for the day, you'd see all of your friends. Also, kind of, you'd see Kelly walking towards Max and Wayne on the grass. You gonna approach?
Yes. I had to consider that for a moment, but
Okay.
yes.
Interesting. It's an interesting consideration to have to make. And I think we'll take a break right there.
Oh shit. Oh,
Pick
snap.
back up with everybody reunited and together. So we'll be
Cute.
back in like 10 short minutes. Don't go away. We'll see you real soon. You want to know something frustrating?
Mm-hmm.
What?
So I had everything set up for winter break still. Our side series that you can find all the episodes of on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah, streaming right now. But I had to like fix everybody's introduction pop-up things that it had like the character art and everything. And I did that before we went live, and I forgot to do the introduction pop-up thing. So I did all that work.
I noticed that. I thought
We
you were
didn't
going
do
to do
it.
that
We'll do it
at
at the end. Yeah, we'll do it at the
Yeah.
end. It's fine. But like, I just realized that we didn't do introductions. That's fine. Everybody knows.
We need no introductions.
Yeah. We're famous, so.
Mhm.
Kelly
Basically
literally
famous.
just
Not in
got kicked
Australia,
out for
though.
being too famous. So
It's true.
Nar, not in Australia.
Nart
in
Australia.
Nart in Australia, which is where Raph is right now.
Right now. Imagine.
Why aren't you hanging from the ceiling though? Oh, you turn the camera.
Flip
No,
camera,
You turn the camera upside down. Yeah. Perfect. Great. We'll get back into it. Where our friends were all gathered on the front lawn of Calderon Keep, enjoying some meat stacks.
mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. Slapping
Hunter.
Wayne with a meat. Sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
What'd you say? One more time.
Did you put your two bowls together at all?
Well, one of
Oh,
those was supposed to be Wayne's.
Didn't we get
That
3?
was commandeered. We did get 3.
Yeah, so you got 1, I got 2.
Oh, that's
What
right.
about you got like both of them together, made a 6 stack, and Wayne was like, we gotta keep going. He
Yeah.
just handed his whole bowl over to you.
You guys are so gross.
Incredible.
A 9 stack.
The 9 stack.
9 stack.
Hunter, you said you had some hesitation about going over to hang out with your friends. Can you elaborate?
As everyone continues talking, this hesitation becomes more and more evident. But in actuality, Hunter was kind of wasting time while they were at the stables, doing things that didn't necessarily need to be done.
Sorry, the caption said staples. Like the office supply chain.
Incredible.
Capital S.
We love the captions tonight.
The captions
They're
just be doing things.
some wild things.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
see too, I have my mic muted and some random captions will go by.
Yep. Oh no,
so
that'll happen.
That's because you have a
ghost.
headset microphone, so sometimes it picks up your headphones, but it's not a big deal.
Muted?
It's a good time.
Yeah.
The captions will snitch on you. if
It's
you
true.
just mute.
If you hard mute, yes. If you
Yes.
or no,
Soft mute.
the other way around. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Staples.
Staples.
You were at the
Yes.
Staples.
And they
post-record.
were just kind of waiting to see if Max might show up. And when he had not, they did eventually make their way out, only to see the sight in front of them and kind of be a little frozen in, what do? I'd wanted to talk to Max. Now Max is with others. I know these others. I guess I can approach them. And all of this definitely went through their head and probably across their face as they paused and just went like 404 for a moment and then made their way towards the three of you.
I think Max and I are just chanting meat, 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 meat.
Meat stack.
Non-stack, non-stack.
I think Kelly like walks over, gets like a couple feet away from them, stops and watches this, and then she's like, no. And then as she turns to go, she sees Hunter and she's like, oh, hey. Have you been?
And I do feel like in that case, like Hunter does gravitate towards Kelly and is just like, what is happening?
You know, I don't know, and I don't want to ask. I think it's just like they're just reverting to like high school boy again. I see them do it every once in a while. Every once in a while when we're not watching. At high school.
This is horrifying.
Max is trying to.
He's trying to put the whole thing in his mouth at once.
God, I mean, what do I even have you roll for that? It's a 9 stack. It's only been heard of in legends.
Like, she's like, look, he's gonna choke. He's gonna choke. Wayne's gonna be laughing too hard to help him.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
I mean, I do know some things about medicine. I took like a CPR course.
What, 10 years ago?
Yes.
I mean, you're welcome to try. I'm not gonna help him. You
That's
fuck around,
a dirty
you find
20.
out.
You have no problem handling all this meat.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Anyway.
Who knows? Yeah, no, you basically like unhinge your jaw and just like
You know what? I go into a rage and I go into my bite form, so it just becomes like one giant jaw and just like in one giant bite.
Yep. 100% you do.
You just do it.
And just like that, the meat stack has been handled.
Yeah,
I think I am gonna be sick.
You deserve to be. That was disgusting.
It's pretty cool though.
Thanks. Sorry I didn't save you any. That was that Hunter.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm good.
Are you like a vegetarian?
I mean that too.
Cool.
Ugh.
Sorry, a little bit of it came up into my mouth, but I got
I
it.
regret
I got
regret
it.
coming back right now. I should have stayed another day.
In bed?
Yeah, where
Stayed where?
where were you?
Out in town with people,
For
with friends.
For 2 weeks.
Has it been 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Hunter, it's been a little longer than 2 weeks, but I appreciate your spunk.
I thought I saw you yesterday.
In town?
Somewhere.
You definitely saw me. Yep, I've been here the whole time.
I thought it was weird because I didn't see you at any of the JV Gritsky games, and I was like, I know I sent her invites to like come and hang out.
Google
I'm not
invites.
on the team.
No, but I
told
mean to
you.
support the kids, you know.
Listen. I've got enough dealing with one kid. Can't deal with a lot of
That's true.
kids.
She could be on the team.
She could be on the team.
If you move her here, she could be.
You're talking about
she
the
could-
traitor?
She could play for the Meatheads.
I'm not taking Robin away from her friends and the DeMarcos so that she can come here.
That other
and
little
play.
girl is not her friend.
Yes, she is.
Clara? Clara's her friend.
Clara is her friend. Ruby watches her all the time, and she lives at a nice inn a couple miles outside of Calfell. I'm not bringing her into
Clara
the
is
city.
enemy.
It's like how the Raven Queen is your friend.
Clara is not my friend.
Listen. Clara and Robin are best friends. I'm not bringing Robin into the city for any reason, honestly. Not just like it's nothing against you and your JV team, Wayne. I'm not bringing her into the city.
Well, there's always a seat on the bench open for her. I had a jersey made, so whenever she's ready, Wayne tucks a jersey back into his bag.
Wayne's like, I want to be an uncle.
Be an uncle so bad.
What is everybody's passive insight?
Oh boy.
My
Buns.
passive.
10.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Insight.
Where
9.
would I even find that?
It's just 10 plus your modifier. For
Okay.
It's your wisdom, I think.
Yeah.
Or for wisdom. Yeah, insight.
So that would be 13.
Everybody else has a 10?
No, wait. Insight?
9.
13.
All right. You don't have to act on it, Kelly, but you would definitely realize something's up with Hunter.
I think what Kelly kind of shifts and she goes, are you feeling okay? Is the weather agreeing with you? Is the city agreeing with you? Do you need to dig yourself a hole and refresh yourself? I don't know how it works.
Are you sick?
No. No. The weather is beautiful. The weather is perfect, and I was just out riding earlier, and it was great. It was great. I do not need to dig a hole.
You don't need to refresh.
No, that's not how this works.
Okay. And just checking, because if you need to leave the city and rest.
I can dig a hole.
Do you want us to bury you?
Many hands make for light work. Pulls out a shovel.
I don't know what is happening right now, but thank you, I think.
Is anywhere okay, or do you need shade?
I don't need a hole.
Oh.
I don't need a hole. No, I just maybe I should go back to the stables.
Okay, No, come here. What, have you been in the stables all day?
Sort of. Some of the day, I said I went out riding. Yeah, I went out riding.
Who with?
Hunter.
Yeah, how are they doing? How is that?
I mean, I don't think that that is my place to say.
Yeah, we saw him actually down in the quad. Gave him some orange juice, and with my passive insight, seems like they were doing great. They really enjoyed it.
I'm glad that they ate something. They hadn't eaten earlier, so I am glad that they ate something.
I hope they didn't do apples for breakfast, because it was, apple juice.
They might have had apples for breakfast.
Should have gone with the orange.
Okay, well, if you're sure you're okay, you're looking a little... I don't know.
And I think it's fair to say, like, Kelly definitely sees Hunter glancing at Max.
Okay. Yeah. She's gonna be like, So Wayne, can I talk to you real quick? Did you know that Mansardane got off? Come here, Wayne.
Got off?
Yeah, Kelly's
Got
gonna
off?
take Wayne away.
I'm really interested in hearing more about where this conversation's going.
Leaving the two of you alone.
Are you sure you're not feeling sick?
No, Are you feeling sick?
I might in a little bit, but for now I'm okay. It's down that now.
That's horrifying, Max.
I'm all good.
I was wondering if, I don't know. I was just wondering if you were going to come by the stables today.
Maybe. It's still early, I guess. I haven't visited Jumpy or Stripey or
Max, I keep telling you that their names are Sugar, and Bailey.
Is that the name they gave you?
They're the names we came up with together. Yours are very descriptive.
You know what? We can end this right now. And Max just starts walking over to the stables.
Hunter follows. You just, the two of you just see the two of them heading straight for the stables.
Max just walks up to Jumpy the horse, which is a black horse.
Sugar?
Mm-hmm. And pulls out a little like snack of oats or apple slices or whatever. They just carry on hand, hands it over to her, and just like rubs her little face and says, "Jumpy, could you please tell my friend Hunter here that your name is Jumpy?" And Max is going to use beast speech.
Well, hello there, Max.
Oh, Jesus.
Incredible.
Hey, Jumpy. So your name's not Sugar, right?
Well, that's a complicated question.
How How is it complicated? Your name is your name. You told me Jumpy.
Well, a name, Max, is just a meaningless series of sounds. It doesn't mean much to a horse like me.
I turn on to her and I just say, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna call him Jumpy. Sugar is fine.
Are you doing okay, both of you? It seems like you both got something you want to talk about.
I just put my entire giant hand on this horse's face. I'm like, I just shove like an apple slice in his mouth. I'm like, eat your apple, Jumpy. Eat your apple.
Okay.
You know, you're not really what I expected, Max. I mean, seeing you here, seeing how you interact with all of the horses, I don't know.
And still.
Hunter just kind of pauses and takes that in, and a bit more confused says, I don't feel like the Max I knew in high school would have been so good with them? Question mark.
I wish you wouldn't bring that up. That Max doesn't exist anymore. I'm the real Max. Ohio is barely a dream. Ohio doesn't exist. This world is all we have. So why bother with the past? It's dumb and useless. And it doesn't matter.
I'm sorry I brought that up, and I don't necessarily think you're wrong. I don't hold much love for the person I was in Ohio either.
Honestly, you kind of could have fooled me.
Why?
You hang out with other Hunter a lot. They're basically that. They don't know anything about our past. You take good care of them, but they're just, that's it. They're just the past. They're just a fucked up memory of made in human form that shouldn't exist. I don't mean, that sounds mean. I know, I heard it. I'm trying to be better. But it's true. I know you know.
I mean, Max, if things were reversed, you could be saying the same exact thing about me.
But that's not true. Because I know you. You're the real you. You are the real Hunter. This other Hunter, I don't know why you still both have that name. It's confusing. other hunter is hard to say. I just don't. One of you was able to be free. And it doesn't matter which one of you is the real one or which one of you is the not that doesn't matter. The truth is that this world is real and you're standing here and you're real. So other one is bad. I don't know how to explain myself very well. It doesn't matter. It's dumb.
Max, I take care of them in part because they don't have anyone else. I have Kelly and Wayne, and I have you. They don't have that. And
Well,
it's weird. It's uncomfortable. But that's why I spend time with them. It's not because I want to be lost in the past. It's because they need a friend.
but why does it have to be you? Why does it have to be any of us? Isn't it weird for you?
It's
shouldn't
incredibly weird.
Shouldn't they find their own path? You found your own path. I found my own path. Kelly found her own path. Wayne found his own path. We all started with nothing. We all knew no one. And we all were able to figure it out.
And I think that's something they're going to do.
Here, there's no space for another. I don't even want to call him Hunter. I don't know what to call him.
Why does it upset you so much, Max?
Because they're wrong. They're sad. And I know what you can do. And I know that how powerful you are. And seeing this fake you, not fake, whatever you want to call them, this other version. It's like seeing what could have been for any of us. It's weak and sad. I just don't feel comfortable.
I understand where you're coming from. I wish you wouldn't talk about them in that way, but I think I understand why you do.
I just don't understand why they don't just leave. Do they need somewhere for us to help them go?
I don't feel like it's my place to talk about their business, but I will say I think they're trying to figure all of that out. I think it is just as weird for them as it is for me, as it is for you.
Good. I don't mean to upset you. I don't want to upset anyone. I can't help but feel bad when they're around. It makes me feel bad. It makes me feel angry. And I don't know. There's this horrible tug. And it's something that I don't want to feel ever again. And if that can go away, if they go away, just makes it a little bit easier for me. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be the best that I can be. And it's impossible with them around.
And Hunter's quiet for a few moments. They reach up to rub. What did you name the horse?
Jumpy.
Jumpy.
Jumpy sugar.
I actually kind of feel like I'm intruding, to be honest. Like, maybe I shouldn't have been involved in this conversation.
Jumpy.
And so, yes, Hunter does reach up to rub the side of their face. And then says, you know, Max, horses are prey animals. That's why
I'm a what?
Doubt.
Exit down.
Doubt.
You know, Max, horses are prey animals. And that's why they panic over the silliest of things. That's why they see a hose and they think it's a snake. That's why they're absolutely terrified of plastic bags. And it takes a certain kind of person to be around them. They're really good at reading people's energy. And something I noticed, I mean, I found you in the hayloft one night. You've been here, and they've always responded really well to you. And that means that they feel safe around you.
Will, goddamn. I am also big, so, you know, I would stop an animal from eating them. So that's probably what you're referring to.
Yeah, so Max, actually, the funny thing is that doesn't really matter at all to horses. Horses do not have any sense of, there is this big human who can jump between me and the dangerous thing. They just have a sense of what is dangerous. And Max, what I'm trying to tell you is that I feel safe with you too.
Good. I'm trying. I want everyone to feel safe. I don't want anyone else to feel bad anymore.
Hunter reaches for your hand, Max.
I think Max a little bit for the same 404, like instinctively twitches towards Gallows.
They don't say anything. They just hold Max's hand. And because someone has to do this, I think
Do they?
I think as nervous as they are, I think they do get on their tiptoes.
The horses as the witness.
The horse as the witness. Traumatizing poor
Jumpy, look
Jumpy.
away.
And lean up to kiss Max.
I think Max just is frozen, still shaking your hand, still hand on your shoulder, and just says, right, and turns around and walks away.
Absolutely incredible.
There's a moment that you two share before you hear a loud clatter from the door of the barn. You both turn and look over and you see other hunters standing there and a bucket that they accidentally kicked over at their feet, and they just are staring back at you, deer in the headlights. And just say, I'm sorry, and then turn and bolt. Wayne and Kelly.
Yep.
Where are you two walking while you're having your conversation about Mansardane?
Well, I actually didn't end up eating any meat. So, do you want to make like a jaunt back over to the courtyard and, just take a nice stroll through the city?
Yeah, sure. Can't hurt.
Do you think it's kind of weird that we have all of these horses and then one zebra named Stripey? It seems kind of on the nose, right?
Listen, I feel like I haven't really messed with the horses too much, but I kind of get the feeling that that Stripey might be kind of like us and that spider, like not
No
from
way.
here.
No way.
Oh yeah, because how else are they going to get a zebra around here? I don't know if you've looked at any maps of this place that we've been living in for the last 10 years, but they don't really have the right climate.
Maybe it's a magic zebra.
I mean, maybe. Like I said, I haven't gone and talked to it. We go to talk to it, and it's got Frankie Muniz's voice.
I don't know if I can do Frankie Muniz's voice. I think he just sounds like me.
You don't have to. Listen, the movie Racing Stripes lives rent-free in my head for no good fucking reason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
don't know why it's there.
I did do that Seabiscuit impression for Sugar. So
For Jumpy, you mean?
For Jumpy. Sorry.
Thank you.
Cool. All right. So you're kind of just like having this conversation as you're walking through the streets of Calderon.
Yep. Yeah, Kelly will take an excuse to not go back to the keep. She'll definitely go back into the city where she was just hanging out.
For sure.
Yeah, you must know this super well because you've been spending so much time around town. You can kind of show me around.
I mean, yeah, I can if you want me to. I mean, I also spent a lot of time here before this, too.
That's true.
This was kind of one of my beats.
It's kind of getting on like a little bit towards afternoon at this point. If you're going to like spend some time wandering around the city, that's totally cool. Kelly, you can show Wayne around a little bit more than you were able to see when you were just here as an athlete, as the captain of the Raging Mammoths Gritsky team. And I think it is actually as you are passing by Calderon Stadium, Calderon Coliseum, that you happen to sort of see from across the square a familiar face exiting the Colosseum with a few folks like circling around them, clearly there to like take direction or notes or something, kind of hanging on their every word. But you would recognize Mance Ardane, your former benefactor, and Kelly, your former robbery victim.
Yep.
And I think there's a mutual spotting kind of where you see him and then he sees the two of you standing there, and he is going to have a moment where he turns very pale, but then he's going to kind of like steel himself and set his shoulders.
It's going to give him one of those really kind of like, fuck you salutes.
Wayne's going to blow him a kiss.
And he is going to shake his head in disgust and just wave for his like yes men to follow him. And they're going to walk away from you in the square, basically. And I imagine the two of you probably pass more time together in the city. You take a you show Wayne some of the sights. You probably like have a drink or two. Maybe you even like walk by the Hooded Robin, and like Carmen sees you and is drunk by this point and like flags you down and is like, we've got all three of us, we've got to have a drink together. You're Wayne Hovacek, right? From the Raging Mammoths?
That's me.
And he tries to do the mammoth cry. I don't know how you do it. I can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Kelly.
Incredible,
Like,
honestly.
yes,
I mean, it's such an honor. Honestly, can I buy you a drink? Actually, lots of drinks. Can I get you drunk?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. It's
Carmen.
the middle of the day. It's about that time.
Yeah.
Carmen, have you been drinking since I left?
Yes. What kind of a question is that? We're at a bar.
All right.
That's a good point.
Like 2:00, but okay.
It's later than that by now. By the time you've like shown by the time you've shown Wayne around the city a little bit,
Okay.
after running with Mance, it's probably getting on towards evening, to be honest.
Okay.
And that's when Carmen flags you down and like starts buying drinks, and he wants to hear all of your stories about Gritsky and the various places that you've played and who you thought who your greatest challenge ever was. Which I don't know if you have an answer for that, but I'm also curious.
For him, it would be Kelly, just because of who he's telling the story to. People think that Kelly and I only played in one game together, but she was a pretty consistent member of the team. As you know, Gritsky around the country, we have to kind of pick people up as you go along. I mean, I 1v1 Kelly on the ice, 3 times out of 5, she's kicking my buns. I'm keeping up with her. You should see the slap shot. She gets knocked down.
Wait, 3 times out of 5?
3 times out of 5.
That's almost half.
That's almost half. But she's getting the better of me. So, really should be asking for Kelly's autograph. Didn't ask for Wayne's autograph, still signed something and handed it to him.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I've always wanted to know, do you think I could maybe, play? I feel like I got the spirit for it.
Can I punch you?
Please. It would be an honor.
Punches him in the gut. How's he react?
He takes it. He just, he kind of like, oh.
I think you got what it takes, bud. I think you're ready to go out on the ice.
All right, that seals it then. I'm going to try out. When the league opens back up, I'm going to try out.
We're just doing rec leagues right now, but here's a flyer. Catch us on Tuesday nights down at the quad.
That's because you wreck everything, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The wrecking crew.
Yeah.
More like.
Good. Right. I'm good at that.
Carmen was in the riots.
Stuff. I was. I don't like to brag, but I did a lot of rioting. I wrecked a lot of stuff in that riot.
We're pretty big on riots. Yeah, we're a big riot group. Honestly, so I'm happy to hear it.
Honestly, my favorite part of the sport is the riots. Yeah, it's great. At that moment, though, your you're drinking, on the street at this little barrel table. There's like maybe a candle burning on it now, but there's street lights that are on also, like magic street lights. And you hear a cry of panic, a man's voice cry out in like fear a little ways away, somewhere else in the city. Maybe like, it's hard to tell exactly where, but you could probably track it down if you wanted to.
We take a couple walk me downs and walk on down.
Yeah, we'll go.
A little now and laters.
Right, yeah.
Kelly will
That-
pat Carmen on the back and be like, all right, we'll be seeing you.
Could I get one coffee at this table? Black coffee. And some bread, white bread. Start walking away.
They don't know what any of that is, but yes, absolutely. But are you trying to find the source of the screaming?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. It does sound to you like it's escalating. So I'm assuming at this point maybe you're running to it. And it's hard to like follow the sound at first. It sounds like it's moving for sure, and then you turn a corner, and there is you find a grisly scene. You round one corner, and in a back alley at the bottom of like a small staircase, you see the body of Mansardane in a pool of blood. At first you think he is dead because of all the blood, but he's still moving. He's still sort of writhing on the ground in pain, and he screams again. As you move down the stairs towards him, he spots you, and he is panicked. He is sobbing, and he holds up his right arm, almost as if he were to reach for you, almost as if he wanted you to help him get up, but his right arm is missing. It's been cut off right below the elbow.
Oh no.
And he is bleeding openly from it. On his forehead, there is an X drawn in his own blood,
Whoa.
very deliberately.
His right arm?
His right arm.
Well,
Can I go and lay on hands?
I was gonna say I also have some healing spells that I can stabilize him with.
Between the two of you, you do some
Yeah.
magic over him, and you manage to stop the blood you manage to stop him from bleeding out. But you can't fix his arm.
Well, no, I would assume not. We can just like cauterize it almost, basically.
Yeah. It looks like it has been healing for months, but it is still a stump. And as the pain starts to fade and he sort of manages to stop freaking out, he starts to babble from fear now instead of pain. He kind of like clutches at the two of you, puts his good hand behind your head, Wayne, and he pulls you in close, and he just his eyes are wide with fear. He says, the huntsman. The huntsman. And he just keeps repeating that over and over again. He just says that. The huntsman, he's mocked me. He took my arm. He's going to kill me. I've been mocked.
The huntsman. Who's the huntsman? Who is it?
Hold
What does
on.
he look like?
You're not able to get a coherent answer out of him right now. He just keeps repeating and babbling.
Just blink twice if looks back at Kelly. Hunter. Is it Hunter?
He's not blinking. He's not blinking at all.
A
His eyes are
hunter.
too wide for that.
Not a hunter.
But there's a crowd gathering now. And it's just the two of you sort of kneeling on the ground with a incoherent Mansardane clinging to you by his good arm and the remains of his other arm.
Oh, so the other arm is left there? It wasn't taken?
No, you don't see the missing half of his right arm anywhere.
I think if this crowd is gathering, Kelly will tell them for someone to find Luminary Alec, because that's the only bit she trusts.
You call out and you tell them to find, Alec McMorrow, the Luminary. We will kind of leave you both in that scene. Cut back to Hunter and Max. You saw the fleeing figure of other Hunter. What are you doing?
Max was like in the middle of walking away when other Hunter was there.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just gonna like not make eye contact with Hunter and just like walk quickly out following other Hunter.
Okay. It is hard for you to see where other Hunter is gone, but you saw them fleeing back towards the keep itself, which is where all of your quarters are, so that would probably make sense. Are you following?
Yeah.
Heading in that direction? Okay. Hunter, what are you doing?
I think Hunter's following Max. Okay. I think their initial instinct was to run after other Hunter. They were then not wanting to hurt Max by doing that, but then with Max walking away, and especially seeing that he seems to be following other Hunter, they don't trust Max to be around other Hunter, so I think they are following.
Okay. All right. Are you saying anything to Max as you're following, or are you just following to see what happens?
I'm just following.
Okay.
Yeah.
Max,
to intervene if I need to.
You head into the keep, but you have lost sight of other Hunter at this point. Like you're in the big foyer. There's a big there's a big staircase to either side that leads up to like the second floor. Your quarters are down one of those hallways. If you're kind of just heading in that direction because you think maybe other Hunter was heading towards their quarters, you can go up the stairs. But as you do so, as you get to the top of the stairs, you hear noise from behind the big golden elaborate double doors that lead into the council chambers.
I'm definitely like angrily mumbling to myself, trying to figure out where other Hunter went. I think when I hear that, I'll stop and try to listen in, if that's possible.
You hear noise, you hear voices on the other side, but you can't make out what they're saying.
Is it typical for us to just walk into the council room?
No one's ever stopped you. You've met with Moldus Calderspur there a few times, the head of the council.
Does it sound like commotion, or does it sound like a meeting's going on?
It's hard for you to say. You can't really make out any details. It definitely doesn't sound like a meeting. There would be a lot more voices. It would be a lot louder if the full council was meeting.
Okay. I think at that point I would just walk in just looking for any sort of distraction right now.
Sure.
Or trying to see if maybe that's under a Hunter in there.
Right. Hunter, you are right behind Max, following after.
Pretty
Max,
much.
You push open the heavy elaborate, ornate doors to the council chambers. They swing open, and seated at the head of the council table, you recognize Moldus Calderspur, who, is kind of your benefactor, appointed you wyverns, his operatives. He is a big bear of a man with gray hair, big gray beard, always has a big sword, like, slung over his back. He's seated in the chair. Behind him, standing there, is Mirden. Mirden Wilt, the mage who has been training you and who has been talking to you about plans to defeat the Danan. As you throw open the door, and you both stand there, apparently not noticing you, Mirden pulls a knife across Moldus's throat as he starts to bleed out. And on that note,
No!
we are going to end our session tonight.
Son of a gun.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
Who knows? You'll have to tune in or show up in 2 weeks to find out.
What the fuck, dude?
It's a lot of bloodshed right at the end of the episode.
Seriously.
It sure is, I mean, well, so much
Besides
of
the town.
so much of this was like feelings and stuff. I just felt like we had to really, deliver at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
Just us goofing around, hanging out,
Yeah.
socializing.
You're really in your silly goose era for the first half of this episode.
We needed it.
We
You
did.
did. So we had to bring it all back around. Hell yeah. All right, cool. Well, find out in 2 weeks what the fuck is happening, maybe. That's going to pretty much do it for us here tonight at Live from the Apocalypse. This is our first episode back for class reunion. Thank you so much for joining and hanging out with us and chatting and all that good stuff. We are going to go around and do introductions, which we normally do at the beginning. We did not do this time because I forgot, and I was very excited to get into the game. I will go first, I guess. Hello, my name is Will. I have been the storyteller for this game, the game master, and I do a bunch of other stuff here at Live from the Apocalypse. I run and edit our Masks Actual Play podcast, Academy H, which you can find on any of your podcast platforms. It's very good. You can listen to it, and in fact, you should listen to it. What else do I do? I play Julian Rue, the X-Team Rocket member turned chef in our Eldritch Pokemon game, Missing Numbers, which alternates with this one. And tomorrow night, if you want to tune in, I will be running Vampire Records, which is a very fun game set in the 90s. It's kind of a mashup of the movie Empire Records and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It uses the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TTRPG system from like the year 2003. It's very silly.
Nice.
It's very fun. It's got an incredible cast. I'm super excited for it. You might even recognize a person or two in that game. And that is actually raising money for the sidebar. That is raising money for a venue in my city that is very near and dear to my heart. There is a nonprofit that my friends run called Feed the Scene, and they have purchased the venue so that it did not close. And they are in the process of getting together the money to actually not go bankrupt from buying a venue. So if you want to hang out and support that, I'd appreciate it. The game's going to be incredible. And tomorrow night at 8 p.m., come on back and check that out. That's everything I got to promote, I think. JD.
Oh, fuck. I always forget that I'm next. Hi, I'm JD. I was Hunter for tonight. I also play in Academy H as Casimir Bright, aka Spectral. And while I will be joining the Vampire Records cast, I will tragically not be there tomorrow night, as I will be over with the Lost Caravan for our second session and finale of Witch Fated Souls. I will also be back there on Thursday for Lancer. So those are some of the things that I do. I think that, and I will also be next Wednesday in Band in Dual City, which is our Yu-Gi-Oh! Inspired game, which is going to be a lot of fun.
I'll be in that too.
Yes. I have to throw it out there because Will didn't.
It's true.
We're so 90s up in this bitch.
and it's
Mhm.
going to be a good time. And yes, I think that is it for me. Oh, and Tales from the Table Studios. I am there every Monday. I'm thrown off because we've been off the last 2 weeks. We will be back next Monday for our SCP game, A Crumbling Foundation, where I play a scientist.
JD does the most now. It used to be me, and now it's not, which is great.
You feel vindicated.
I do. Raph,
Hello, I'm Raf. I'm speaking quietly because I'm in England, mate. And it's
Nar.
4 a.m. today, right now. I play Max.
You can just go to bed if you want. You don't have to say anything else.
I mean, that's about it.
Okay. No Max facts?
Max is not the fact kind of
Oh,
guy.
that's fair. That's a good point.
X doesn't
Alright.
act in facts, he acts in feelings.
If I could punch you either with my fists or with my heart, I would do so. But I cannot.
Honestly, beautiful. Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm the local Delaware cryptid. I also play in the Academy H game. I'm Lyra Kroll, aka Bethel, every other Sunday. And then I'm here sporadically whenever it calls for it, but I'm mostly in the Discord. So if you want to hang out there, that's where I will be running around for the most part. That's all I got for you tonight, bud.
Hell yeah. And last, but so certainly not least, Corey.
Hi, I'm Corey. I play Wayne Hovacek, Gritsky Extraordinaire MVP, who kind of conquered that mountain and is now looking on to a next challenge, maybe being the best wyvern he could be. But that's Wayne. I'm Corey. I'm here. I'll be here in 2 weeks. Nothing in between that because I don't do all the things that everybody else does. But you'll see me again in 2 weeks, that's for sure.
Hell yeah.
And also, welcome back me, because I was out for a while. So
Yes, welcome
nice.
back you. We did the big
Yay.
welcome. We did the big
Yes.
welcome for the
Yay.
last episode of Winter Break, but we're so glad you're
This is-
back.
This is the real
Nice.
return.
No,
It's
but
true.
We got the
Welcome
gang
back,
back
all of
together.
us. Everybody's back.
Yes,
It's true.
Rip
The
Andrew.
Return of the Kings plays in the background.
Just in time for everybody to die. Welcome back,
Yeah.
everybody.
Ain't that just the way?
Ain't that just the way? We're going to disappear and call it a night here, but we are going to raid, speaking of the Lost Caravan, we're going to raid the Lost Caravan. They're playing D&D 5e one-shot called Night at the Haunted Museum. And we're going to hop over there and say hi. It's been a while since we raided Lost Caravan, so we're going to do that tonight. Hey, if you're not following us on the socials, you can do that, and you'll know when we go live and when we announce cool stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh!, TTRPGs, and stuff like that. And if you really want to know what we're doing, you can join the Discord community, which is a great place full of great people. It's very active. Everybody's super friendly. We do community stuff in there, and we would love to have you be a part of that. Come back in 2 weeks. We'll be playing this again. We'll be doing other stuff between now and then. Come back tomorrow night to watch Vampire Records. And on that note, we are going to call it a night. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night,
Everybody.
everybody.